I am your plug.
And we are back.
Y'all already know that's right. Back again for another episode of the Hoop Plug.
Yes, sir. And as always, rocking with you, it's your main man for Ross in the building. And I got with me my brother, my partner in crime, co-CEO, the other main man of the Hoop Plug podcast, my brother Tyler. How you doing today, Stir Fry?
I'm feeling good, bro. Excited to get on wax. Not as excited as Denver taking a 3-1 lead back to the crib. How you feeling, my brother, my dog, my co-host for Ross?
Back to the crib, show you how I live, man. You know I'm feeling good, brother. Can't complain. It's another episode of the Hoop Plug. It's always special when we get on wax, but it's even more special when you got the NBA Finals, bro. Yo, Tyler, I mean, I feel like it's time you let them know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to have to let him know because I know Jokic don't got no facial hair, but he's about to grow a mustache, put that thing on the broom. It might be Denver in 5. You know what I'm saying? Gentlemen sweep. Because Miami is kind of falling back to earth.
You speaking facts, my brother, and you said it. Pull the mustache out, throw it on the broom, because yes, sir, it's a gentleman's sweep. And if you guys didn't know, now you know. My brother Ty coined the phrase, man, put that thing on a shirt. You said it, dude. This Denver Nuggets team is doing what we expected all year. This Miami Heat team, like my brother Tyler said, is falling back to the planet. Gravity is hidden, man, and they're spiraling really fast back down to the ground. You know what I mean? Is it over yet? I can't say never with this Miami Heat squad. I mean, it was a lowly 8 seed just a couple months ago. Now they look like the dominant team from the East. Look like they might have deserved their trip to the finals, but not their place, if that makes sense.
Well, man, if we're going to talk about this game action, there's nowhere better to start than the Murray-Jokic tour de force that's been rolling through this postseason. How about 30-point triple-dubs by the pair for these guys in Game 3 and then Game 4? They're playing good ball as well, but Aaron Gordon said, I want to get a piece of that pie as well, getting in there with 27 points of his own. How good, not even talking about Aaron Gordon, but how good has this duo been, man? Jokic putting up historic finals performances every night, and Jamal Murray, a guy we don't even think of as a real point guard. Think of him as a two, a combo at the best, but he's putting up 10 assists every game in this finals, tying Magic Johnson. Wow. How about them Nuggets?
Facts, bro. And you said it. How about them Nuggets indeed? Did somebody say Jamal Magic Murray? Because he's been putting on a show from that end of the floor, man. Once I say the two words, Nikola Jokic, I don't even need to say any more. You want to talk about consistent. You want to talk about dominant. You want to talk about doing all of that while taking his time, man. Nikola Jokic is that guy. I mean, he has been the most dominant player in these playoffs, these finals. He has looked like he was kind of deserving of that third MVP back to back, but it doesn't even matter because guess what? He'll take that finals MVP. Jamal Murray, like you said, was hooping out of his mind first few games. We don't really look to him to facilitate the rock for this team, but that's something that he's done. Him and Magic Johnson, I mean, that's elite company, are the only two players in NBA history to average 10 assists per game throughout the first 4 games of the finals. Don't get me wrong. Magic has done it 4 times, so Jamal's got some appearances if he wants to catch up. So with all that being said, though, Jamal Murray didn't have the best game on the offensive end in terms of shooting the ball. But I always say the game of basketball is such a beautiful thing because you can contribute on so many levels. If the jump shot ain't falling, you take it to the cup. If there ain't nothing there, guess what? You move the ball. You're trying to find your teammates to get them in open positions, and you try and play the hardest defense of your life to make up for shooting that 5 or 16 or whatever it was that Jamal Murray shot for. But guess what? They got the support and scoring from Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic being that definition of consistency that he is, and Jamal Murray helping out with his defense and his passing. This Nuggets team looks good, man.
Yeah, and we got to give some shouts to Michael Malone, man. The reason this Heat team has been so successful, at least the second reason after Jimmy Butler, has been Eric Spoelstra. And the coaching advantage for the Heat has been a mismatch in every round. But that's not the case here. Even though I'd still give the edge to Spo, Malone has had an adjustment, a counter to everything Spo's thrown at them. If it was just the doubling Jokic, all right, we're going to dish it and we're going to kill you with the others. When they decide we're off that, we're going to make Jokic score. Jamal Murray pops up with a monster performance. And now that can't all go to Mike Malone, but it is him playing a part in it. I don't think he's going to let this team slide like those Warriors slid up 3-1 And there's a big difference between the Cavs team that was able to do this, the only other NBA team to come back from 3-1 in the NBA Finals, and the position the Heat are in right now. Those Cavs had LeBron James. And Jimmy Butler is not LeBron James. Even though he's looked like it for a few games, for a few rounds, it's not the guy out there on one bum ankle that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, this is not the same Jimmy that we saw in the NBA Finals in the bubble, dropping a 40 ball in the finals against Braun, legitimately against Braun, guarding Braun basically the entire game, right? I mean, again, this Nuggets team has done everything that they need to do. This Miami Heat team has surpassed all expectations. And of course, you got to give the credit to the players, but the coaching on both sides of this, man, has just been elite. I mean, Coach Mike Malone, like you said, making adjustments like some other Coach Mikes don't know how to do. Coach Bud could never. Don't mean to throw that shade, but I mean, that's a big knock to why the Bucks have fallen short so many years in a row, and they look to correct that with the new coach. But I mean, the Heat, if Spo doesn't make the adjustments that he makes in game 2, and again, Kevin Love is not the savior. We've learned that in the last 2 games. He made his impact in game 2, but nonetheless, if Spo doesn't make his adjustments in game 2, they might actually get swept. Like you said, you got to give the respect. You got to shout out the coaching. Who deserves more credit here? It's hard to say, right? Is it Mike Malone, who's a team that we know have been dominant all year and for the last 3 years, but know that they had this chip on his shoulder when it came to the playoffs and getting to the finals? Or this team that's been decimated by injuries all season, underperformed all season, and has had major injuries to their starting lineups, and has still time and time again surpassed all expectations, all possible expectations? Who would you tip your hat more to in this situation? It's a hard choice to make.
Are we talking about just the teams or coaching?
Well, coaching specifically in this round.
Yeah, you mentioned that Spo would need to make adjustments to extend this series. I think we're past that, to be honest. It's about the players on the floor. It's about the cards that you were dealt at some point. As good of a coach as you are, if you don't have the right talent to support that, there's only so far you can go. And I think more than Miami Heat hitting their ceiling, the Denver Nuggets, it just feels like their year, bro. Everything's gone right. You mentioned it with the injuries. It's like you can't avoid it, especially in the postseason. At least one key guy is going to go down. Well, that bug hasn't hit the Denver Nuggets just yet.
Facts.
Like I said, we made a video 3 months ago. They're sitting at the 1 seed. The Nuggets were on cruise control before they started kind of resting guys intermittently, not really caring about that 1 seed after they got it locked up, and the Grizzlies were not fine in the West. But they've really looked this good for the better part of 4 months. And when we take it back to this finals series, it was 1-1 headed back to Miami. How did they end up stealing 2? It's been the defense. That's the story for me. I know we're talking about the triple doubles. I know we're talking about Jamal Murray going crazy, Aaron Gordon playing out his mind. But the defense is what flipped the series. 3 wins for Denver, and they all came when they held Miami under 100 points. And a lot of that was at the three-point line. They were overachieving from the three-point line. It was Gabe Vincent. It was Caleb Martin. It was Duncan Robinson, all those names that you know about. But they've really been able to limit that beyond the arc. And that's a big part of why they have this 3-1 lead.
No doubt about it. And what I was just saying, I mean, like, not to say him making adjustments will change the series, but him making those adjustments in game 2, right? Being able to kind of win that game, that was a big part. But you said it. I mean, it kind of feels over. I mean, again, never count a team like this Heat team out. Maybe they can steal a game. No one really truly believes that. It's possible, but no one truly believes that they're going to win this series. I mean, you might have some hopeful Heat fans, some mental Heat fans who think that they can pull this thing out in 7, maybe. Like you said, it's the year of the Nuggets. Everything has been clicking off after year after year after year of falling short in the playoffs. Finally, I think this is their year.
And on Miami, I could tell you for sure what Eric Spoelstra saying in that locker room. We were just in this position a week and a half ago, blowing a 3-0 lead to Boston, playing in TD Garden, Game 7. Everyone counted us out. All we got to do is get it back to Miami. 1 game at a time, 1 quarter at a time. That's going to be the approach. That's going to be the message, undoubtedly. But again, only so much you can do. We'll see. More games to be played. I got one more thing I got to throw at you, bro. I got this theory on Jokic, right? Let's say this ends how it's headed. Jokic winning a chip with relative ease, running through the West, marching to his first NBA Finals, beating some of the best bigs in the game to do it. Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis can't hold his lunch money. Look at Jokic, man. He's a simple dude. He's riding horses, chilling on a farm in the offseason. Do you think that guy is going to be thinking like MJ? I'm championship obsessed. Not one, not two, not three. I got to rip off as many as I can while I'm in my prime. Or is he more likely to, sit back, kick his feet up, realize, wait, I think I've done everything there is to do in this game. 2 regular season MVPs, a finals MVP is coming. Probably the best player on the planet to most. I have a funny feeling Jokic is more like that second option. He might get a little complacent this offseason. Come back looking like a stretch mark 5 again. I think they may not ever get back to the NBA Finals.
Okay, I have 2 responses to your point, right? Although I agree with you, I don't know if they ever get back to the NBA Finals. I think this is a one-off thing like Toronto, although I think this is a better team than that Toronto team. Nikola Jokic got that dog in him, right? But just because he doesn't run fast or jump high or he's not super quick, right? It doesn't look the same. It doesn't have the same optics as a LeBron or a Jordan and a Kobe. You can see that they want it. They're putting that emphasis, right? He moves at a different speed, a different pace, a chilled one, might I say. He enjoys himself in the offseason, right? But you already know night in, night out, when Jokic is on the floor, this guy is an absolute dog. This guy, Jokic, man, he doesn't take it easy on any given night. I hear what you're saying. When you're at the top of the mountain, it's easy to get complacent. It's easy to not see a challenge in front of you. No more mountain to climb. It's easy to just want to sit back and kick the feet up. But I think that Jokic, again, is a kind of player who he wants to win. It shows. I don't think he wants to win just to say, okay, I don't have to win anymore. I think this man wants his name to be intertwined with the greats. Yes, he's a simple man. Yes, he's not doing too much. He's going to probably score close to 30,000 points by the time he's done on just back to the basket layups. Nothing flashy at all. I think he's got that competitive drive in him to want to win some more chips.
Well, the competitive drive is the last thing you said and the most important part of it. But when you're talking about him being a dog, yeah, he's still going to be a dog. When he's out there on the floor, I have no doubt he's still going to want to win. But the question is, in the offseason, will that drive still be there? When he's reached the top of the mountaintop, like you alluded to. He was a stretch mark 5. He was chubby and out of shape. Those things are all facts. The difference this year was he came in shape, and it didn't really show on offense. He was still that dude, as most elite players will be. But it was on defense. You see that line he just put up with 3 steals and a couple blocks that he had? That's the defense he's been playing. It's been less of a liability than ever. And with you needing to play him 40 minutes a night because of what he does on offense, he's still going to be the tallest guy on the floor, unless you want to ruin your spacing, on defense. So he's got to protect the rim. He's got to move his feet. They're going to be hunting him. If he comes back chubby, it's going to be a problem. I feel like he might. Stretch mark 5 is not the back-to-back MVP. The stretch mark 5 is, I don't even know. Is it Zion messing with Mariah? I don't even know.
Well, before we even get in, we're not even going to touch on that. But with that being said, though, with Jokic, man, that's a different question altogether than what I felt like you asked me the first time. Oh, yeah, this dude is going to be beard up. You know what I'm saying? Not beard like beer, but cerveza, beard up in his home country. You know what I'm saying? Eating ice cream, eating steaks, eating meals. You know what I'm saying? Take, like a true champ, taking the trophy around, And again, the season isn't enough time to get ready for the playoffs, right? You got to be in shape once the season comes, but it's hard to disagree with you there.
I mean, Shaq did it a couple times. He was able to do it like 2-3 years.
Yeah, but Shaq had Kobe, dog. I'm sorry, Jamal Murray ain't Kobe. He ain't Bean. Jamal Murray's nice.
Sure.
We got rid of the bubble, but he ain't Bean.
Yeah, and it definitely ended up shortening his career. I think when he decided, oh crap, this is slipping faster than I thought it would. I need to get my ass in shape. It was a little too late. So I hope we don't see that. Just have a funny feeling we might.
Yep. But with that being said, that's going to do it. Another episode of the Hoop Plug in the books. Another final exclusive in the books, man. You guys stay tuned. We're going to be coming at you with more playoff content. Before we wrap this show up, we got to bring you guys a message from our sponsors. Who are they, you ask? Only the best place in men's hair care, skin care, beard care. That's right. That's EvanAlexanderGrooming.com.
That's right. You want to resurrect that hairline, bring it back from the dead. That's what I did, man. My thing was going and at a rapid rate, but EvanAlexanderGrooming.com got me looking right. Make sure y'all use that promo code hoop_plug_ at checkout for a cool 15% off. It's not just hair regrowth. They're doing beard oils. Keep that patchy beard in style. Get it filled out. EvanAlexanderGrooming.com.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, as always, guys, appreciate you rocking with us. Put some flavor in
Peace.
your ear.